right, back here in Los Angeles at the LD Micro Cap Conference, and joining us now is Noam Dannenberg. He's the CEO of Wize Pharmaceuticals, which is based out of Israel.
Correct.
Great to have you here. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
So tell me a little bit about this company. It's interesting. You're sort of a biotech company. So how long have you been around?
Well, we've been around since 2015. We started to be traded in OTCQB. November last year. Basically, it's a biomed platform developing drug products for ophthalmic disorders. Our the first drug that we licensed is the LO2A, which is just next to us here. It's eye drops that are supposed to already treat dry eye syndrome.
Right.
And recently found out to be very efficient and has a very high potency to treat severe cases of dry eye. Mainly Sjogren syndrome and conjunctival chalasis. Which are kind of the holy grail of the industry.
Yeah.
So
it's basically a droplets, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a unidose. Basically, you just tear it apart. It's a single dose. You can open it and use it per eye.
Yeah.
Up to 4 times per day. So the product is already on the market. It's actually being sold in Europe in 4 countries. It's being the #1 best-selling drug in those countries for those particular indications, for the original indication of dry eye.
Right.
As I said, right now the company has a development program to register the drug in the United States and also market it in other areas around the world for the particular indications of the severe dry eye cases, Sjogren syndrome, etc., which is basically, as I said, is the holy grail of the industry.
So what's the process of getting it into the United States now?
So what we currently are doing, we are running a phase 2 study, double-blind, placebo-controlled, multi-center study with U.S. protocol. I mean, the standard of the protocols are U.S. Protocols. We have U.S. advisors, regulatory teams, CROs, etc. We just recently published our phase 2 clinical study results. As I said, we have 2 ongoing studies. One recently completed, one still ongoing till the end of the year. So far, the results have demonstrated the statistical significance on a mixed model multi-observation approach. And we're waiting now for the other study results, which is scheduled to be towards the end of the year.
Right. And so the best case scenario would be this product 2020. Is that what you're hoping for somewhere?
Well, that's going to be the end of the phase 2 clinical study. At that stage, we're going to approach the FDA for a pre-IND a meeting. And I guess we're going to have to go through a phase 3 study as well. There is a lot of interest in the product already from big multinationals. And we'll see. We won't be the ones probably taking it to market at the end of the day. We're not going to have a whole marketing and sales team, sales force, especially for one product. So we'll probably do an out-license deal with one of the big players. So this is basically our first and initial product.
What else do you have in the pipeline?
Okay, so on the other products that we have a joint venture going on with another company out of Israel, which is also traded on OTC. And that's to do with eye drops, certain eye drops which will contain certain cannabinoids. I cannot elaborate too much because it's not public information yet. And that's something we are going, and probably in the next few days we're going to release some news about that as well, so we'll be more specific. And the other thing, which is kind of our main focus for the moment, this is our future program, is gene therapy. We are looking on gene therapy asset for the moment. Which, if this deal ever comes through, that's probably going to be our main focus. With having the LO2A already kind of, after phase 2 studies and everything, so the focus is probably going to shift slowly towards the gene therapy field.
So tell me of the company revenue. Obviously, there's revenue coming from this right now. Are you raising money right now in order to complete these studies? Are they fully funded, or? Okay,
so few corrections. The 4 countries where the product is currently being marketed, all the income is going to the inventor. So we actually, met the inventor once this product was already on the market.
Got it. Okay.
So the 4 countries that I mentioned, it's Germany, Switzerland, Hungary, and the Netherlands. All the revenue is coming to the inventor. The new contracts are basically going through Wisz Pharma. Specifically, again, our focus is the United States. So there's no revenue coming yet. Company raised not so long ago, a few months ago, about $4.5 million. I personally have my skin in the game. I'm probably the largest shareholder. I participated in the last round with about myself, my group of affiliates participated with about 50% of the round.
Okay.
And recently I just bought, there was also an announcement about that a few weeks ago. I bought almost $500,000 worth of shares at 20% above the market price. So I definitely have my skin in the game.
You really believe this, yeah.
I have my skin in the game.
Yeah.
So there's no revenue yet. There is about 5 million warrants out there, which are almost in the money. So, you know, we have about $3 million in cash and current assets. We're burning about $200,000 a month. So we're not in a real rush to do anything. And there's about 5 million warrants, which if exercised, generates another $5.5 million to the company.
Wow.
So that's without even having to go to the market.
So there's some positives there for sure.
Yeah.
Well, great to meet you and learn a little bit more about the product. And good luck getting into the United States.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
us.
Yeah, it's Noam Dannenberg. He's the CEO of Wize Pharma.